Is this thing on? Yeah, it is. Today I want to talk about the importance of your surroundings. We've heard that age-old saying, right? You are a product of your past. Well, that's true. But you're not stuck in that product. So you can use your present surroundings to really help you develop and draw up a whole new you. I think our surroundings really have a lot to do with who we are and what our values are. It's because we are a product of our surroundings. See, we're all going to come across bad situations. And when we come across one of these bad situations, it's really important to evaluate three things. First, you want to evaluate where you are. Guys, to make a difference in your life, you have to make sure that you have the right environment to grow. This doesn't just mean physically. It also means mentally. Physically, if you're in a bad environment, you want to take yourself outside of that bad environment. But it's not just physical. Mentally, if you're in a bad environment, if you're angry, you're sad, you have to consciously make an effort to get away from that mental state. Sometimes it's important to step aside and take a third-person perspective of where you're at. Once you evaluate yourself in a third-person view, you can possibly notice some of the negativities that you wouldn't notice if you were just thinking about yourself in a first-person perspective. And yet, it doesn't mean that you can't get frustrated once in a while, but it's understanding yourself when you do. It helps your mentality because it helps you take control of your thoughts. The second thing is you want to understand who you're surrounding yourselves with. If you have friends that support you, it's much easier for you to get into a better state of mind. Guys, I surround myself with people that I aspire to be. That's the only way I can learn. That's the only way I feel like I can grow. And it's important. It's important to learn from other people's experiences. And in order to do that, you have to surround yourself with people with those experiences. Sometimes there's people that are going to bring you down. If you're surrounded by people who bring you down all the time, bring down your ideas all the time, you want to get yourself out of that situation. It's good to have other people's perspective, but if they're always bringing you down, then there's something wrong. They have to understand where you're coming from as well. Guys, remember when we talked about having creative solutions through a positive mindset? If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out right now. Well, pushing yourself in that environment that fosters that positivity will bring you that much closer into coming up with creative solutions. You'll have the right people to consult and talk to. You'll have a support system that you need. You gotta make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. See, when you have friends that don't support the same mindset you have, you'll tend to follow the crowd. As people, as humans, we always try to follow the crowd because it's a safe way of doing things. Sometimes it's hard to let go of those friends, those family members that bring you down. But you gotta really remember where to draw that line. Because if they are not helping you, there's no way you can help them because you have to improve in order to help them. Third, we want to understand what we're doing. It's important to realize that our actions actually lead to consequences. And those consequences can be positive or negative, but it's under our control. But a lot of people, when we're in a very stressful situation, we feel helpless. We have to remember, we have control over our situation. Some of these solutions are going to be complicated, but we still have control, and we just have to make the right decisions. Guys, write this down. You have control over your actions. And I know it sounds so basic and so fundamental, but it's true. You do have control over your actions. And once you understand that, you can actually evaluate what you're doing in order for you to improve. Having a positive environment really helps your mental, physical, and emotional health as well. See, our minds are very fickle. If we put ourselves in a negative environment, we can easily teach our minds to think in a negative way. Guys, we're always taking in information, and we're always learning subconsciously. So if you're in a bad situation, you're in a negative environment, you're gonna train your brain to think that way, in a negative manner. So you have to really get yourself outside of a negative environment and go into an environment that makes you think in a positive light. And sometimes that's hard to do. You know, you have family, you have obligations, you have friends that you don't want to let go. And that's okay. But you gotta learn to set those boundaries. I'm gonna say it again. When you have a positive state of mind, you find more creative solutions to get out of a rut. To me, surrounding yourself in a positive environment really helps you stay focused. It gives you purpose. It teaches you who you are. It really understand that you are a product of your surroundings. Understand that you can make a difference. You can change your lifestyle. You just have to make sure that you understand where you are at this point of time, mentally, physically. So guys, I challenge you. Try to find an environment that helps you grow. If you have people that are bringing you down and holding you back, try to help them. But if you can't succeed, you might have to let go. You have to evaluate who you're surrounding yourself with, and you have to look at what you're doing in order to improve yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like what you heard, subscribe below and leave a comment if you have any questions, alright? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.